First Exodus and Second Exodus, from Egypt to Christ. Tom's 5 minutes, one puzzle piece a day until the whole Bible comes into view. The Bible reveals two great Exodus events. The first Exodus was physical, the second Exodus was spiritual. The first was the shadow, the second was the fulfillment. In the first Exodus, God delivered Israel from Egyptian bondage through Moses. The Passover Lamb was slain, Israel crossed the Red Sea, entered the wilderness, and after 40 years, one generation, entered the Promised Land. Yet, although the land was promised, enemies still occupied it. Israel had to trust God and fight to possess what God had already given them. This first Exodus was a prophetic pattern pointing to a greater Exodus through Christ. Humanity was enslaved, not to Pharaoh, but to sin, death, and the Old Covenant order. Jesus came as the greater Moses and as the true Passover Lamb. Just as the first Exodus began with Passover, the second Exodus began with the sacrifice of Christ. Paul declared, "Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us." 1 Corinthians 5:7. A remarkable pattern emerges. The first Exodus involved a 40-year transition from Egypt to Canaan. The second Exodus also involved a 40-year transition, from Christ's crucifixion around AD 30 until the destruction of Jerusalem in AD 70. Jesus declared, "This generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled." Matthew 24:34. The apostles spent those 40 years preparing believers for the passing away of the Old Covenant world and the full establishment of the New Covenant inheritance. The parallels are striking. First Exodus, Passover Lamb, deliverance from Egypt, wilderness journey, 40 years, one generation, earthly inheritance. Second Exodus, Christ the Passover Lamb, deliverance from sin and Old Covenant bondage, AD 30 to 70 transition, 40 years, one generation, New Covenant inheritance. There is another powerful parallel. Pharaoh and his armies pursued God's people but were destroyed in the Red Sea. Once Israel crossed over, their oppressor was defeated. In the second Exodus, Satan is the great adversary. Just as Pharaoh's power ended in the waters of judgment, Satan's rule ends in judgment. Revelation 20:10 depicts Satan cast into the lake of fire. The first Exodus ended with Pharaoh defeated. The second Exodus ends with Satan defeated. Both reveal God's complete victory over the enemy. The first inheritance was earthly, the second is heavenly. The first Jerusalem was physical, the second Jerusalem is spiritual. Hebrews says, "Ye are come unto Mount Zion, and unto the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem." Hebrews 12:22. Paul wrote, "Jerusalem which is above is free." Galatians 4:26. Physical Canaan had external enemies. Spiritual Jerusalem has no Canaanites to fight. The battle has changed. Today our enemies are not nations but strongholds, imaginations, unbelief, fear, condemnation, traditions of men, and every thought that opposes the knowledge of God. Paul writes that our warfare is not carnal but spiritual, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God. 2 Corinthians 10:4-5. The battlefield is now the mind. Just as Joshua led Israel into earthly rest, Jesus, whose Hebrew name is Joshua, leads us into spiritual rest. Our inheritance has already been secured. Our responsibility is to walk in it and renew our minds. One final truth is often overlooked. Many believers continue to wait for the New Jerusalem as a future event. Yet Hebrews declared, "Ye are come to the heavenly Jerusalem." John saw the New Jerusalem descending from heaven. Revelation 21:2. From this perspective, the Old Covenant order passed away in AD 70, and humanity now has access to the New Jerusalem reality through Christ. We are not waiting to enter God's presence. We are invited to live in it. God dwells with his people now. The second Exodus has been completed. The inheritance has been opened. The New Jerusalem is accessible. Our calling today is to manifest Christ, reveal His character, and walk in the reality of His presence. Thank you for watching Tom's 5 Minutes Bible Study. If this study has blessed you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, and share this video with others. Leave your comments and questions below. Tom's 5 Minutes. One puzzle piece a day until the whole Bible comes into view.